You know, I've been thinking there's not enough white guys talking into microphones on YouTube. So that's it. I'll be the one. Thank you. Cooking is a divisive activity. For some, it's a lifestyle, and for others, it's their wife's style. I consider cooking to be one of the greater joys in life, and I owe pretty much all of that to watching cooking videos over and over again and realizing I only know how to use the popcorn button on the microwave. And even then, my popcorn is still turning out burnt. So then I tried other things and pressing the popcorn button, and somehow raw chicken was still coming out tasting like slightly less raw chicken. I realized that Chef Gusteau's motto of anyone can cook was true when I saw Action Bronson make a chicken parm. And I thought, he didn't use the microwave popcorn button once during that whole recipe. And then that's when I decided that I was going to make my first chicken parm. From that moment on, I started utilizing recipes from everybody that I watched. Binging with Babish, Maddie Matheson, Mythical Kitchen, Jay Kenji, Internet Shaquille, Ethan Chlebowski? Each one bringing something different to the table. You have the science of Jay Kenji, the quick to the point tips of Internet Shaquille, the milk steaks of Binging with Babish. And personally, I dread being the person that doesn't let creators evolve into new things. If it wasn't for change, we would never have Mythical Kitchen's Last Meals, which I think hands down is the best food interview show out there right now. The questions get super deep. The food showcases the lives of the creators, and it doesn't take star of the show, but the whole time you're still interested in what they're eating, how they prepared it, what it means to them. I'd be lying if I said it was easy to watch Joshua Wiseman's channel get Mr. Beastified. I see many of his fans sharing that same sentiment.
So much time that we didn't really have any more time to produce OG cooking content. We were screwed, right? Oh, where are the recipes, Josh? We missed them.
I use several recipes from him that people rave about. Some people seem to want him to return to his roots, and I can understand that when now you make YouTube shorts with 1 million cuts, and one of the jokes is just calling lime juice pee.
We're making breakfast burritos. Pee, I mean lime juice.
Like, that's the whole premise of the joke. Like, guys, doesn't lime juice kind of look like pee? Just saying. Kind of feel like lime juice looks like pee, guys. If Josh likes the content that he's making, then hey, more power to him. But as a wise commenter once said, when Papa John's don't F with Papa John's, you know you gotta go back to the beginning. Food Network was the source of some of my best naps as a child. My mom would put on some Rachel Ray, and then I'd wake up to Alton Brown talking down to me. Food Network, along with many other networks, suffered from what I'm going to call the CN Reel mistake, which is a period of time where Cartoon Network in 2009 became CN Reel, and they played reality TV shows. Yeah, no more Adventure Time. Let's do Hole in the Wall. It's where people go through holes in the wall. A bunch of networks in the early 2000s were stopping from making the content that they used to make and making something inauthentic to the brand. No history on the History Channel? Personally, for me, my favorite periods of time to learn about in history were Ice Road Truckers and Swamp People. It's not exactly a revolutionary idea to talk about how content becomes more basic the more people decide to cash in. But I think the interesting part is studying what people are willing to do when they find out what keeps people's attention, which leads me to what started this conversation in the first place for me. What is going on with short form food content? Let's take Jose L. Cook. He's a great example of somebody who makes short form food content. His stuff is well edited, it's funny, it has inside jokes, and it's informative. Or, I'll even watch a cute coffee video. Now, I like a cute recipe, but what is this?
I'm gonna deep fry my Chipotle burrito. know it's basically just a chimichanga, but this smells so good.
Alright y'all, today I'm trying Donalitas here in Houston, Texas. Starting off with their Texas burrito. It's got everything you could think of in here. Steak, chicken, shrimp, hot Cheetos, and fries. Ooh, onions on there. There's some salsa on there. Dip it in their birria consume. I already scheduled an appointment with my toilet later on. There is a lot going on here. Half of the burrito gets soggy, the other half is just filled with meat. Here is their birria pizza. Got some jalapeno poppers in the middle.
This is the see and real mistake, but of short form food content. I'll give you the recipe on how to do it. You get in your car, you pour way too much sauce on top of stuff.
Honestly, tastes the same.
Let's go for a dip in that cane sauce. That's delectable. That's delectable.
Food is only impressive if it's so crunchy. You gotta right into the mic. You have to make a perverted joke about the food.
It's just so thick and meaty. I'm gonna need a nap after eating this.
Y'all ever notice it's called chicken breast? Hey, have y'all ever noticed it's called chicken? And then take a bite and just give it a random score of a 7.4.
Flamin' Hot would get a lunch score of 7.4. I gotta go 8.4. I gotta go 8.4 out of 10.
Rate them a 9.4.
I'd give this a 9.4 out of 10.
This is now my thing. Only Dave Portnoy and only Dave Portnoy is allowed to use scores where the decimal means nothing.
The 9.4 spectacular.
He's the only person. No more 0.4s. No more for you. No more stick to a 7, call it an 8, call it a 6, call it a day. You also just mispronounce things because you're running out of jokes to say. If you have a jalapeno burger, that's a jalapeno burger. Let's take Luke Foods, for example. Someone who does some of these things, but he's entertaining and people watch him for his genuine personality. And I'm fine with that. I do not enjoy hating on creators, even though it would be really easy for me to just rattle off people that do these things that get under my skin. The truth is, I'm the idiot watching these things. That's me. Hi, I'm the idiot. Binging with Babish may run a massive culinary universe channel and sell things in Walmart, but he still comes across as Andrew. Content becomes what the audience secretly wants, even if what they want is to argue with or make fun of it. So the question is, when do you listen to the audience and when do you listen to yourself? I made sketches for years, and my best performing stuff was always the stuff that took no effort. Commenters want to come in and act like they're above the thing that they're engaging with. Newsflash, that's why the video's doing good, because you're commenting. And so if you actually went to something you liked and then didn't complain there, then guess what? It would do good. 100 million views, but can't get a view on a regular video? 1 billion streams, but can't sell an arena? What are you willing to do to make your enemy into your friend? Are you making yourself content or are you making yourself content?
Were you silent or were you silenced?
A moment of content brain that hurt me personally was Maddie Matheson going on to Mythical Kitchen's Last Meals. This show begs you to come on and just genuinely be yourself and reflect on life. It brings people's lives into perspective with the food that's important to them. So you could understand my pain when Maddie Matheson, someone who genuinely taught me how to cook, went on this show and had maybe the worst episode to date.
The exact same thing. My
yeah, but I said it first.
You did say it first. No, I didn't mean that to be competitive.
I hate people that would be like, yeah.
I tried to be cooperative. I tried to empathize with your experiences and say that I too.
That's not an empathy. You're empathizing with me eating a shrimp and piece of bacon.
I think the fact that
he's empathizing. We're empathizing over here.
He seemed aggravated. He kept calling it a podcast, and he refused to answer questions genuinely. But worst of all, he was disrespectful to the host, Josh. You disrespected Joshy. Did someone not inform him what show he was going on? Does he not have an agent? Did he just email and be like, yeah, sure, I'll go on your show? I think what this person said makes the most sense. They were saying Maddie's attitude here is like going on The Voice and being surprised when they ask you to sing. They were like, hey, want to talk about food? Want to talk about your last meal and what life means to you? And he was like, hey guys, welcome back. Today we're making lasagna. I'm on the bear. Rhett and Link seem to be stuck in a role of making food content on their main channel. Why is it that these food videos work best for them? I still feel at home when I'm watching Rhett and Link, and that's what it really is. More often than not, I'm sitting down to eat a meal and I put on some YouTube, or maybe I'm just hungry and it hits the same spot in my brain that makes me feel like I'm having lunch with a friend. Cody Ko was accused of a crime that he didn't even deny. And what are people saying in his comments? Oh, I'm glad I can finally have lunch again. Bro, go have lunch with your uncle or something that's in jail. I'm sure he could use the company. Like, comment on this video, and don't forget to subscribe.
Boy, you wimpy, you wimpy, you wimpy, you wimpy, boy, you wimpy, you wimpy, you wimpy, you with me, boy, you wimpy, you wimpy, you wimpy, you wimpy, boy, you wimpy.